Good morning, class.
Good morning, Mr. Litton.
So today we're going to be practicing expression markings. We've been learning about this recently, and we're going to do a few things today, but this is the first one. And so we're going to start with something we know. So what I'm going to do today, or what we're going to do today, is start by listening to some music, and I have the links to the videos right here, but I have them pulled up on my computer so I can play them for you. Now, what I want you guys to listen for on this one specifically is the dynamics. Can someone explain to me what dynamics are? Okay, Aaron, I think I saw your hand first.
Forte.
Okay, forte is a good example of a dynamic level, yes. Matthew?
Loud, soft.
Loud and soft. Okay, those are both great examples. So for dynamics, we can have either loud or soft, and we've been talking about what we call those things in music. And does anyone remember the word for loud and soft?
Dynamics.
Okay, yes. But specifically for loud, what's the word for loud we use? It's an Italian word, it's not English. Crescendo, that's kind of close. Al.
Forte!
Forte, yes.
Mezzo forte!
Forte is a good one. So we're going to listen for either forte or piano in this one. So I want you guys to tell me. I'm going to play before we do this. Just listen to it for a little bit. Nice and sweet sounding. You can fall asleep to it, you think? Okay, so does anyone have an idea of what the dynamic level might be for this one? Al's hand is raised first.
Piano.
Piano, yes.
Pianissimo,
That's great.
piano,
Okay.
just piano.
So this would be piano, because it's nice and quiet. Alright, so now got another one here, and I also want you guys to listen to dynamics. So it might take just a second for it to start, but I think you can figure this one out. Does anyone have an idea of what the dynamic level of this is? I think the most forte one I could find.
Yes.
Alright, so there were some other things that we talked about in terms of expression. So now I'm going to ask you guys about, we've been talking about these two things for a very long time. We've been talking about legato and staccato. So can someone describe to me staccato? Anyone? Al?
Bumpy.
Bumpy, that's a great word. So like bouncy. There's the notes aren't connected. Yeah. Okay, so what about legato? Would be
Long.
yes,
Connected.
kind of the opposite, sort of
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti is a good way to think about it. Okay, so I'm going to play this one for you now, this example. Wait for the main instrument to come in. This one. Now, does that sound, just someone answer when I ask, does that sound bumpy or does that sound smooth?
Not bumpy.
Not bumpy and smooth, yes. There's like spaghetti. There it is. Okay. It's hard for me to stop these. Alright, and so same question for this one. Is this one bumpy or smooth? Bumpy or smooth? What would you say?
Sounds like a banjo in a haunted house.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
What is that, Jake?
This is a harpsichord.
I mean, Mr.
This is a harpsichord sonata, yes. I think it's written by a guy named Muthel.
Muthel.
Yeah.
That sounds staccato
Very
too.
German. Okay, so, and that one, the last one was staccato, and the first one was legato. Okay, so now back to the PowerPoint, which hopefully I can get back to on my computer. Okay, yes. So now we're going to look at some examples up on the board. Can I just touch this? No, I can't. Okay. So here's an example on the board. Now, I know that we haven't been reading a whole lot of music lately. It's not really something we've quite gotten into, but we don't have to read the notes to understand the markings. So we've got this thing right here, which we've talked about. So, just to start off this way, do you guys think this line right here looks bumpy or smooth?
Smooth.
It looks smooth, like a sort of like a little smiley face kind of. It's
Like
nice
a
and smooth.
slide.
Yeah, it's like sliding. It's like a slide.
Yeah.
So that's a legato marking, which, like I said, we've talked about before. But just a little bit of practice. So for the second one, we're gonna, like I said, we're not really looking at the music, just the markings. So could someone describe to me what this marking might mean?
A bunch of little dots.
A bunch of little dots. And so if you have a bunch of little dots,
It's bumpy.
it's bumpy. And that would be called staccato. There we go. Wonderful. Glad you guys remember these things we're talking about. Okay, so now for something a little bit different. Well, as we can see, there's something that we would know right here. Yeah, we've got legato markings, but we also have tempo marking. And so, does anyone remember what the tempo marking allegro means?
Speeding.
Quick.
Fast.
Yes, all of those are good answers. So we've got allegro, that means fast. Yes, good. Okay, another one. Once again, not really looking at the music. But we have largo, which does sound like large, doesn't it? Does sound like
lethargic. Oh, they don't know that word.
Lethargic's a great word, but more like, you know, if you see largo, that word kind of looks like large. You kind of think big.
It's like a
You know. You don't think of big things moving very quickly, do you?
No.
Yes. So this one would be slow. Okay. Now that we've looked at these a little bit and practiced, I want to go back to the musical examples very quickly because we can look at these again and talk about the tempo. So if I go back to the first one, do you guys think this is fast or slow? You think slow? Yeah, I would agree. It's sort of hard to keep. Sometimes it's kind of hard to keep this steady beat, which a lot of times slow pieces like that, they don't really have the steadiest of beats, I would say. Now, what about the second one we listened to? That was forte. What would you say this one is? If we're keeping a beat, it's pretty fast. The third one we listened to. Seems a little bit. Does that seem like allegro to you guys?
Slow.
Okay. So what would be a good word?
In the middle.
In the middle. That's good. In the middle. Middle. Largo would be good, I would say. And the last one, it's a bit harder to tell, I would say. What Matthew said in the middle earlier. That's good. So we have, does anyone remember what the word is for in the middle? Sort of a middle tempo.
Moderatio.
Moderato. That's good. So, moderato kind of sounds like moderate. It would be like, you know, it's like medium. Medium. Yeah, medium's a good way to describe it.
It's
So,
a yellow line.
okay then. So now, we're going to do something very fun.
Yes.
And that is, we're going to sing some songs that we know. And I'm going to have the sheet music up here, just for the words, really. We're not really going to be trying to read the sheet music, but we're going to look at just this, at least this song right here. And so it's Ba Ba Black Sheep, which you guys remember.
Yeah.
Ba Ba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. Okay, so that's how we would just sing it regularly. But what if I told you guys that we had a marking, just like we had seen earlier? Is this going to work for me? It's not. Okay, so we're going to have to use our imaginations. So let's say that right here we have a word above the music, and it says allegro.
Okay.
So what would that mean?
Fast.
That would mean fast. So we wouldn't sing it like, ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? Would we sing it like that?
No.
Okay, yeah. How? Someone give me an example of how we would sing it.
Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags.
That's great. Good job, Al. That's great. Okay, so now let me ask you about different kind of marking. Articulation, which is what we've been talking about, staccato and legato. So let's say that I had written a bunch of little dots above all of these notes. How do you think we would sing it then?
Ba.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. And if I had drawn the legato markings, the smiley faces over. Yeah, okay. Wonderful. Okay. All right. Well, now that we've learned a little bit about expression markings, I want to switch it up. We're going to go to something else because it's been a few minutes. We're going to go to a new song. You guys don't know it. Ooh, yes. Okay. So we're gonna have to sing today. Now, you guys seem pretty ready to sing. Okay. So we're gonna learn Charlie Over the Ocean, but we're gonna talk about the rhythm first. So the song sounds like this. Here's the steady beat. I'm actually gonna play it on the piano, if that's okay. I'm just gonna get into it really quick. Very sorry about this. Okay, now I've got it. Thank you for being patient. So we have this steady beat. Charlie over the ocean, Charlie over the sea. Charlie caught a blackbird, might been me. Okay, so now I sang it and did the rhythm at the same time. But you guys are in 3rd grade, and I think you can handle it. Alright? So I'm going to go through the first 2 lines, and then I want you guys to repeat it after me, okay? So here we go. Come on. Charlie over the ocean, Charlie over the sea, and you guys.
Charlie over the ocean, Charlie over the sea.
Charlie caught a blackbird, might been me, and you guys.
Charlie caught a blackbird, might been me.
Alright, wonderful. Now we're going to do the whole thing, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go.
Charlie over the ocean, Charlie over the sea. Charlie caught a blackbird, might been me.
Okay, so now that we've listened to the melody and we've sang through the rhythms and everything, we're going to focus on the melody. I'm going to draw for you guys. Actually, you know what? I would draw for you guys, but I don't think this board is working. So I'll go draw it on this board very quickly. Okay, so I want you guys to do the same thing. You don't necessarily have to wait to look at mine. You guys want to go ahead and start. If you think you've got a great idea of what the melody might look like if we just drew a line representing it, go ahead. But I'm going to start as well. Let's see. Remember, it sounds like Charlie over the ocean, Charlie over the sea. Charlie over the ocean, might been me. Okay, so I want everybody to hold on to their line after they're finished drawing it. And then at the end of class, hand it to me so I can just take a look to see what you thought. But as of right now, we're going to keep moving on. So, if everyone can see over here, we've got, if I sing through, I'm going to sing through and follow along with my finger to show, to show my melody, show the way I drew the melody. So if I start over here, I have Charlie over the ocean, Charlie over the sea, Charlie over the ocean might been me. Now, does anyone notice? Just tell me some things you notice about this melody.
It's repetitive.
Okay, it is repetitive, and
When it repeats.
yeah, it repeats. Well, I agree with you. It repeats. So, does anyone notice? It's not just a straight line, right?
No.
There's
When your voice goes up, the line goes up.
yeah, there's a few ups and downs, right? Okay, so that's what we're thinking about. That's what we're going to talk about really quick, and then we're going to move on to something else. So we have a lowest point, right? There's a lowest point in the melody where we sing the lowest notes. Does anybody?
Yeah.
Can anyone tell me where it is? If you're singing along.
C.
See you knee.
Yeah,
C.
Charlie
C.
over the ocean,
Yeah.
Charlie over the sea.
Yeah.
Charlie over the ocean might then be. So these are the two lowest points in the melody. Okay, so we're running out of time. So I think that we're going to stop here, but next class we're going to talk a little bit more about Charlie over the ocean and these low points here in the melody.